Good evening and welcome in to season 6 of the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies Awesome Healers Training Summit. As you know, this week we are focused on the understanding of what anxiety is, and with that understanding, how to not only deal with it, but how to heal and become an anxiety freedom specialist. We began this work 2 days ago with Nidhu and the decrees, with the understanding of A, that the point of healing is to heal the wound and what is wounded, and not to get what you want. And B, that anxiety is not the wound, but a symptom of the wound. And that is why a deeper understanding of the same is required in order to go through the assimilation and recovery and regrowth of and from the wound. In short, understanding what we're dealing with is what makes it easier to deal with it. Apart from this, here's a quick recap of what else did we learn, understand, and experience in our first call. One, that anxiety is not a mental illness, and how to show it some love. The root of anxiety, using the tree of life with its correlation to the 8 chakras, including the belly button, and how abandonment and fear affect each of our chakras and corresponding aspects of life. 3, understanding of anxiety is actually about being alone and how scary it is to deal with aloneness and abandonment. Just thinking about that is painful, leading to the body being in pain, and how we do anything to avoid the symptom and the pain. That the heart pounding or the pounding heart is actually a detox mechanism and so a healing. We also got to know about the universal formula of mother plus father equals child. The deeper understanding of this is in the first call as well. The 2 biggest mistakes when it comes to healing anxiety, including the big no on meditation. It's too much for me to handle alone. Even saying it out loud brought about instant reactions. Throughout the call, we experienced immediate shifts and felt lighter and brighter with the decrease in seconds and minutes. Be it everybody is releasing their anxiety and so am I, or releasing everybody's anxieties, releasing mine, or releasing everybody's pain, releasing mine. Along with the understanding that the everybody here is the family. And of course, the 2-word math decrees of -1. Yesterday, we were also invited to experience the cone of silence and stillness under the tree of life. It's a part of the offers, a part of the work you will be doing, and you got an experience of it, wherein you receive in silence and stillness the work done with the training. And yesterday, we received from Tuesday's call and then some, the frequencies of calm comes in, calm comes in today, calm comes in, overwhelm goes out. Everybody's releasing their anxieties, and so am I. Releasing everybody's worries, releasing mine. Anxiety -1, and everything is working out every day. This too shall all heal. Now, the speed at which word medicine or the decrees work with its rapid shifts and changes, raising vibrations in seconds, is very clearly visible and experienced in these last 2 days. So does all this that I just said, does it mean it's done? We've understood anxiety and done the work around it? No. We've just begun scratching the surface. So on today's call, oh, and sorry, before I go into that, an important thing to remember, Anxiety disorders can need medication. So if you're already on them, keep them going and definitely give this transformative work a shot. And with that, on today's call, ladies and gentlemen, chakra work with how anxiety can be worked through the root chakra, more word medicine or the decrees to move towards anxiety freedom, the sound of anxiety relief, making your own personalized turbocharged water, and more, lots more. Ready to go from anxious to awesome in seconds and minutes? Give me a yes on the group and put your hands together for and give a warm Mystic Lotus welcome back to owner and sharer of Word Medicine, aka The Decrees, the fabulous Nidhu B Kapoor. Drum rolls again for you. Hi, Nidhu. Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody. And I think you gave a super recap. It's of course only going to make sense to those who were on the call. Like they say, oh yeah, we did this as well. But like Neelu said at the start, even if you haven't caught the first call or in the recap, or you've got the first call and you have some questions, hang on, we will take care of them. For now, we'll begin with a light prayer and some sweetheart processes. So just receive.
Yes. And before you begin, Nidhu, very quickly, you said, you said, thank you, Neelu, for recapping that. I wanted to say that, thank you. However, I had help. I was not alone.
Thank you to them as well. Thank you to everybody who helped. And I think...
And also part of the work from Tuesday, the alone, not being alone.
Not being alone. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody who helped. Thank you, all the ones we know and all the ones that we don't know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the light prayer decree, some of y'all are familiar with it. For some of y'all, it's the first time. You're most welcome to join me in keeping your palms together and slightly bowing your head as you receive. Let there be light. Let there be love. Let there be light. Let there be learning, unlearning, relearning. Let there be light. Let there be a love of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Let there be light. Let there be no anxiety. Let there be light. Let there be no abandonment, wounds, or issues. Let there be light. Let there be love. Let there be light. This prayer surrendered. We are willing, we are willing, we are willing. We are ready. You can gently open your eyes and go immediately into the sweetheart process, which is as simple as from on top of your head, and this is how your fingers are, is like the top of the heart. You're just going to go around and you're going to end at the bottom of your feet. Basically, you will get your heart shape in all around you. Take a second. Let it settle in. It's always so good also to give some love to the body part that is most affected with anxiety. The entire system is, but the part that is always most affected is the stomach. So this time, heart around this area. And again, just see what's happening. See what's happening to your breath. See what's happening to your stomach. Our heads, of course, also get very badly affected, but stomach requires slightly more attention. How's it making you feel? Is it calmer?
So Elizabeth says relaxed.
Awesome. Awesome. And therefore, smile, smile, smile. Can we now say that we're definitely feeling lighter, brighter, freer?
Yes.
Of course, from the first call, but even if you want there, then, right now, are we already a little lighter, brighter, freer?
Angelina says feeling calm and lighter. Vinita says she had a huge burp. Naya says, and Elizabeth both give a big yes in all caps with an exclamation.
Awesome. Awesome. Super. Super. Keeping the lightness going and therefore maintaining a certain amount of objectivity. How much anxiety, abandonment, aloneness are you going through at this point in your life? Just write the answer on one of your terrible pages.
Rani is also written, feels like I've had an energetic massage, so calm and serene.
Awesome. Wonderful. The number is a ranking of the intensity, how huge it is, how intense it is. And 0 is not at all. And you can choose any number, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000. How big is this in your life? Another word that describes all of it is stress. How stressed out are you? How overwhelmed are you? How worried are you? How panicky are you? Write that number down.
And earlier with the giving the love, especially to the stomach, Jumana wrote energy moving sensation from heart to stomach. Angelina, repeat the, yeah, in fact, Nidhu, just while you were writing the question, Nidhu just explained it. So keeping objectivity to, we're all feeling lighter, brighter, freer, but keeping it objective. Whatever is bothering you right now, whatever the number is, please write it on a piece of paper. And we're also writing what it is that's bothering, or just the number.
Just the number.
Just the number. Okay.
It's the number of your distress. It's
Right.
the number of your aloneness. It's the number of your anxiety and all the other symptoms of anxiety. Overthinking, worrying, suspicious, paranoia, distrust, hyper, overdoing, addictions, whatever it is that is your most distressful part, definitely carries anxiety in it, because stress is, it's anxiety, it's aloneness, it is abandonment. So go ahead. By now you'd have written the number down. Have some water.
Neha, the number of whatever you're feeling right now, whatever level of anxiety, stress, worry, all the words Nidhu's just mentioned,
Yeah.
whatever it is that you're feeling,
Struggle.
write it on paper.
Yeah, struggle. It's impossible to have anxiety and not be struggling. So struggling, suffering, stuckness. You don't know what to do with anxiety. You might get temporary relief, but invariably it comes back, and usually comes back louder. So just take a look at what's bothering you right now, and that's the number you're writing. And as you've written that number, you're going to have a sip of water. And you are going to use both hands, and you're just going to draw the sweetheart around that number. You need not touch the page. Just draw that and put that page away. See what that does to you. Have another sip of water and check your number before and your number now, and that post on the group.
Also post the from and to, or just the, yeah, post the from and the to.
The from and the to.
Yeah, please put the higher number before you put the lower number.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had a few instances of it having in reverse. Okay, there were a few people like Preet and Nidhi who had put in numbers before. So Preet, Nidhi, put in your fresh numbers now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vaishnavi Pratima has written 7 to 3. Elizabeth has written 6 to 2. And
Fantastic.
yeah, this is the only 6 to 0, says Angelina.
Woo!
And Naya says from 8 to 2.
Have you ever experienced anything faster?
No,
No.
it's the only time you're allowed to say no on the call,
Or when we do the no protocol.
or when we do the no protocol, which we have not even gotten into.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's yet to come on.
Yet to come on. It's yet
Preet
to come on.
says from she had 8 to 9 before. From there, she's gone to 6.
Nice.
And Angelina also said, did I mention Angelina 6 to 0?
Yes.
She says you're magical, like you are magical.
Thank you. Thank you. All of y'all are. You know, when we awaken the force within, that force is in all of us. And all of y'all are experiencing your force right now. Your force is awakening right now. And of course, it's going to just keep awakening and awakening and awakening. Basically, we put on the light and switch on the force.
Awesome.
And
Vinayata
now,
says feeling very light, 8 to 2, and Meghala says 8 to 5, and
super, super.
And you're not just putting the light on and awakening the force. I do not have it. I don't have a thing like that, but in a version of it, you are this thing and zoop, and with it you're ready.
That's true.
So that's the lightsaber from Star Wars. Let's not get into that, but you know what I'm saying.
Actually, yeah, we won't. The way that you measured your problem in number, now put your problem down. And you can put it down on your terrible sheet of paper.
Another one.
Same one. You can use the same.
Same, okay.
Because all of it is going to get crumpled or torn and thrown. So go ahead, 2 minutes. And those of y'all who haven't yet seen the 76 ways in which anxiety does show up in our lives and our bodies, this is your time. So if we have the link on the group or even on the Zoom chat, you have 2 minutes, go through it, write down your problem. But you have to put your pens down in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Go.
And are we listing it like a top 3?
You can.
Okay.
You can. Right now, I'm saying write down whatever you want. Write down everything going on with your aloneness, abandonment, anxiety. Go ahead.
And the list for the link, the link with the list has also been shared on the group. So,
oh, great.
Okay, so we're taking a 2-minute break just for this.
Just for this. Okay. As in, it's not even a break. It's 2 minutes of silence. But nobody is disrupted as they express themselves on the sheet of paper.
Right. And even AR wrote, it was 10, now it's 2.
Fantastic.
And now, for anybody who's just joined in, the call is audible. We're in a moment of silence while a list is being checked and we're putting down our top 3 from there. If you've missed it, don't worry. Just put down 3 things that bother you. Is that okay, Nidhu? You're on mute, Nidhu.
Thank you. Everybody got to write it down in 2 minutes. Does anybody need more than 2 minutes? Does anybody need more time? Just a little more time?
No, I can see Vaishnavi. So that's Vaishnavi Pratima, because initially she was showing us only Vish Vash on the last two calls I've been seeing her on video. Now finally she's put a full name there.
Beautiful name.
Yeah. So yeah, we're good to go, Nidhu.
Okay. When you take a look at this, are certain aspects, people, experiences, emotions, feelings, thoughts, whatever is in this problem you have put down, because I want you to take a look at it. I want you to tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not at all and 10 is very high, the similarity of this story with your childhood.
In numbers?
0 to 10. 0 is not at all similar. 10 is, oh my God, it's the same story.
So basically they could actually have 3 numbers since they've selected top 3, or will it be one number that encompasses all 3?
Yeah, it'll encompass all 3.
Okay. So Preet couldn't understand. Preet, from the top 3, and to correct me if I'm right, from the top 3 you've written, from there gauge between 1 to 10, 0 to 10, 0 being least, 10 being most. What aspect of that relates to a childhood memory?
How much of this is identical to your childhood?
How much of it is identical to your childhood?
Not at all identical to, fully the same. Old wine in older bottle. Now, if it is not looking identical at all, take a look at, like Neelu asked just before, what memory does this remind you of from before? Right now you're going through it. Where has this happened to you before? Because it has happened to you before. The first time this story happened to you, what happened? How old were you? And again, you will write all of this down over there.
We don't need it on the group people. We'll need it
The
later.
story is going to be written there. Yeah, only the number I want right now. Although I will ask you all to write a story also.
So with the first one, in fact, Nidhu, as to how identical to childhood, Laurie wrote 10, Vaishnavi Pratima wrote 8, Nitika wrote 8, almost identical. And yes, Dipali is also written 8. Dipali, now the numbers coming in, I don't know if it is for identical or memory.
No, memory, there's no number for
that. Okay, because I said if it's not identical, then look at the memory.
Yeah, that you have to write down. There's no number.
No number. Okay. Oh, memory. Okay, understood. Identical to childhood, number. If not identical, write down the memory.
Yeah.
Got it. Neha says 8, Naya says 4.
Got it. So Naya, take a look at the memory. What does this remind you of?
And
this could remind you of something from your teenage years, young adult years, anything at all. But your earliest memory of it.
AR is written 10 from childhood.
Excellent. For the most part, you can see that we are replaying the same story. And the reason for that is that because when I'm just thinking whether I have to give you the long route or the short route. I think I'm going to go with the short route. It's as simple as this. We get rooted in a story. How does a tree grow? A tree grows identically to its roots. If a tree's roots are damaged, the tree is also not going to be okay. If the tree's roots are good and strong and healthy and firm, well rooted, the tree will also fulfill its potential. It will grow to its maximum. It will be gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, providing shade to one and all. It will be the home for birds and more birds and different kinds of birds. And it will be one of nature's many gifts to all of us. And we are that tree, because all of us are part of the tree of life. And just like any other tree, we got to check our roots as well. If we're going to get rooted, for example, in purple, we're also going to grow purple. If we get rooted in orange, we're also going to grow orange. If we get rooted in trauma, in abuse, in rejection, in neglect, in abandonment, we're also going to grow a little weak, a little bent, a little held over, not fully able to open up our branches, not fully able to be in the spring of our life, not fully able to be in the best of our health and wealth and relationships. How we root is how we have wings. So if our root is not okay, we're never going to be able to fly. When you have a 10 on 10, this root is going very, very deep because you're still replaying it, right? Now, here's the other thing about us, about the force within, about the tree of life and the tree of light, and about Mother Nature. We all have an inherent system. Biologically, you can understand it as the immunity system. Energetically, you can understand it as the auric field. And this system wards off or starts fixing and repairing things on its own. Even we don't know how many germs we are battling right now. How many things are being thrown away from us, and how many things are being repaired as we speak right now. And so sometimes a root can do it for itself. When it cannot do it for itself, then is when the 10 on 10 shows up. So it is also possible that for the 8 on 10, that things weren't so great, that there is a big abandonment wound. But some amount of repairing has taken place. Some amount of repairing would have also taken place because you would have all started attending workshops. You would have all started trying to do something to feel better, be better, do better. Whether you all showed up for this, or whether you all showed up for a money workshop, or whether you all showed up for health, you too would have started supporting the fixing, the repairing, and the rectification and the healing of the wound. At the end of the day, what is the thing we do when we bleed? We go to the doctor, we put Dettol or Savlon, we put a bandage or a Band-Aid, and that's it, right? The rest of the magic takes place within the body. So sometimes all we need is that kickstart. All we need is that reset button. And one of the fastest reset buttons, as you all have experienced, are words said in a particular format, in a particular way. And we're going to do that right now, because what we're seeing are the branches of your life today, and your 10 on 10 or 8 on 10 or 6 on 10 or 4 on 10 is the root. And we're going to be working on both. I'm going to be doing it in a particular format, and this has never been done before. So you would have not come across it. This has never been done in practice also before, meaning it doesn't exist in the world, but you're going to see it happen. And you're going to see what that does for you in just, again, seconds and minutes. First, when you take a look at this, and you take a look at this comparison, like 10, 8, and 4 were the primary numbers we got. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like, gosh, no matter what I do, it never works? Dejected, rejected, disappointed, upset, sad, low, anxious, overwhelmed. How does it make you feel to recognize what's going on in your tree from your roots? That right on the group.
I was just going to ask you, we want them to write that in, right? Yes.
Yeah. And Nidhu and I are going to show you this process.
Wait, should I get my tissue box back?
I've made it easier, actually.
I will tell everybody about that after.
Because we're going to do it. The other 2 words that we are going to do,
right.
In any case, we're going to do them on Saturday. So we're going to keep that for Saturday. And today we will still continue with -1. Okay. Go ahead, people. Tell me. And Nilu, choose anyone from the group.
I'm I'm looking at what people are writing in. So so maybe they like Nipa has written in that I didn't understand what it is that they are supposed to write in. Like, so yeah, you explain, Nidhu.
Just your emotional state right now, or your mental state right now.
When you look at your number and you look at the
problem you're going through,
the identicalness to a childhood situation, or the memory of it all together with that, how does it feel knowing that this is that? What's you could
that hey, I'm just repeating the same story.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so Elizabeth says never works fully. Never being appreciated whatever I do, says Neha. Vaishnavi Pratima says surprised. Neha again says always taken for granted. Nitika says, I feel an urge to rectify this issue. I see the truth clearly and I feel a bit numb right now. And I'm checking one more, please. Right. Okay.
Got it. So Nilu, choose anyone.
So I'm actually going to, I mean, you know, everyone has their own responses with all of this. Okay. And Namrata says overwhelmed, unsupported. Tejal says whatever I do is not enough. So their abandonment has come and says Laurie. Nipa says never being appreciated. So there are 3 that have stood out for me. There's overwhelmed, unsupport, and numb.
Got it. And you can see, right?
Yep.
These are ways that we react when we have been abandoned. Although numbness is self-abandonment. We numb out when it's just too much for us to feel. And you see, again, right? We have no trainings for how to process a feeling. Because at the end of the day, what's so terrible about being anxious? What's so terrible about being angry? What's so terrible about being depressed? What's so terrible about being jealous? What's so terrible about being hateful? What's so terrible? Nothing. They each carry a very important spiritual, divine, as well as functional message for us. What is the big deal with being afraid?
Right.
And yet, somewhere in the history of humanity, it was decided that feelings is a girl thing, that feelings is a female thing. And female being the weaker sex, feelings got associated with weakness. That it was a weakness to feel, and it was a bigger weakness to reveal the feeling, and a biggest weakness to want help for that feeling.
Right.
We all know this judgment. We all have a memory of this from our childhood, never mind what our parents must have gone through and their parents must have gone through. Somehow A equals B somehow became equal Z. So everything associated with this, right? That the whole point of the female, right? Females are the weaker sex. We've all heard this, but it has been put into practice as well, because everything that has to do with femininity, rest, is part of femininity. Sleep is a moon activity. Moon is our solar system's primary feminine energy. Play is a mercurial energy. But this, right, to feel, to rest, to sleep, to eat, these are all feminine energies. Who has been told they sleep too much? Who has been told kitna rest karoge? Kab se to rest hi kar rahe ho?
More than, what are you doing? You're doing nothing.
Yeah, you're doing nothing.
What is it that you do?
Yeah, correct.
What are you so tired about?
Yeah,
इतना क्या मतलब इतना क्या हो कर लिया लाइफ में that थके हुए हो?
yeah.
Like what is this mountain you moved that you're so tired?
Correct.
Yeah.
Everybody has heard something like this till now. And maybe as parents, we may be saying it to our children as well. The only one place where there seems to be like an overcompensation is food. Because the amount of food available in the world, the amount of malls available in the world, it is the most profitable industry possible. Maybe second to tech. But it is huge. Every day, more than 1,000 restaurants are opening up within one city. I've exaggerated a bit, but you know, right? There's a reason why Swiggy is our best friend, and Zomato is our best friend, and Uber Eats is our best friend. And because there is such an overcompensation of all these other parts. And I will come back to this thing about feelings, where it's now such a big deal because we've put it down so much, right? Compressed, repressed, repressed, compressed, depressed, repressed. Have I said it all? We've just dumped it down. It has never crossed our mind that this is something that needs to be understood, that needs to be processed. And like every other food and thought, this too needs to be digested.
Right.
When you can't digest someone's fear, or you can't digest someone's anxiety, or you can't digest someone's hatred, or you can't digest someone's jealousy, or you can't digest someone's anger, you also cannot digest your own, because no processing is available, right? The system does not exist. Somewhere we thought that the mind and thought is how we're going to change everything. No, it's not. You have angry thoughts because there is anger. You have negative thoughts because there is negativity. You have fearful thoughts because there is fear. And trying to work through the thought, which is only mirroring what we are feeling, will take months and years. When we can take a look at what we are feeling, know how to process it, never be afraid of how we feel, there is no way we will abandon how we feel, because everything we feel strongly is maximum from our childhood. So if we had an anxious childhood, today when that anxiety comes up and your mother said, "Kya zarurat hai? Itni kya darne ki baat hai? Theek hai na? Ho gaya na?" You too will be dismissive.
Right.
Because you learned how to treat anxiety. You learned to abandon it. When you're angry and then you're judged for it, right? Why are you such a fighter cock? जब देखो नाक पे गुस्सा चढ़ा रहता है. कितनी क्या problem? The moment you have been taught to abandon how you're feeling, you will continue to do it because it is part of your rooting. One root comes from your mother and her lineage. One root comes from your father and his lineage. And both legs are how you stand. So your rooting, if your rooting is an abandonment, you will learn to abandon how you feel. And which is why one of the 76 symptoms is feeling without knowing what you're feeling, emotional without knowing what the emotion is. For example, frustration can move us to tears, but we might start thinking we're afraid, we're overwhelmed, or we are hurting. We're not. It's frustration. And this, right, this emotional intelligence or this evolution of our EQ, this evolution of the right brain is required as well. Only left brain thinking and thoughts and analysis, and then paralysis of analysis and overthinking, then over worrying is not at all, of course, the way we will evolve. But we need both. We need both, right? We need to take our entire head with us. So right brain, scary place, because all feelings are out of control always. Because nobody ever told us the first time they showed up, hey, you know what? Let's go for a walk. Hey, you know what? Why don't you clap a bit? Hey, you know what? Let's draw a heart around it. What's the big deal? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Nobody did that, right? If you were blessed, you had a grandparent who was willing to, or you had a kindly uncle or aunt who was willing to. But otherwise, we have not had this education.
True.
So when you take a look at it now, there was a number I asked for. How does it make you feel? That is really one of your roots. It's one of your rootings. We will come to root. But first, I want to show you how easy it is to do this. So Neelu, let's go with the word. Let's go with overwhelmed.
Overwhelm. Okay.
What is the number?
So this is what they'd written in. There was no number given with it. They just wrote it in.
Okay.
So you know what?
That's fine. That's
whatever's written. Okay, Elizabeth's written overwhelmed 7, so let's go with 7.
Let's go with that. So there's overwhelmed 7. And here is this fascinating way of using the decrees. And if you're practitioners, trainers, coaches, healers, you want to give this a shot. This is the only body of work where you can, because the answer is so simple, right? The decree we're going to use is the decree that we used on our call 1. And the decree is -1. But here's the thing. I'm not going to say it. I am going to say the problem. And Neelu, standing in for the client, is going to say -1. And each of you all, whatever your numbers are, with whatever word you wrote, you will check what's happening to you. Ready? Steady? Shall we?
Yes.
Okay. 7 overwhelm.
-1.
And everybody smile and have water. And you just give it these few seconds in having the sip of water. Please take a look at your number. Take a look at that problem, that symptom of anxiety, that symptom of abandonment. And please tell me, from what to what has it come? And did you say Elizabeth overwhelmed 7?
Yes.
Okay, so Elizabeth, because we are keeping an eye out for you, what's the number now? And is it still overwhelmed or is it something else? Everybody else, take a look. Is it still unsupported? Is it still numb? Is it still
rejected, abandoned, rejected, abandoned, unappreciated, not
good enough? Check.
And mention the word so that I can bring it to your attention. And Elizabeth's written overwhelmed 4.
Fantastic. It didn't take more than 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, and if we give it another couple of, so 4, did she say 4?
4.
4. Remaining 4 overwhelmed.
-1.
And anybody who wants to come on and try this, just raise your hand up.
It's still sinking in. Let them come to the numbers.
Basically, even though you're the client, I am going to say your problem, and you are going to say -1.
-1. Yeah, and in fact,
Yeah,
in
and
my
we do this on Saturday, and by the way, Saturday we'll have an advanced level of this.
right, as good as the training call from the office. So you know what? Happy bonuses to you.
Thank you, Nidhu.
So, even though even the previous set that you were doing, now a lot of people say, right, that I am left mind oriented, or I'm too emotional, or I'm too logical. So for everybody, right? For example, Elizabeth went from 7 to 4. So even though I was standing in, I have my own numbers in my head going on. The logical part of my brain literally went like, okay, 7, so it's 6 now. -1, 5. 7 times, it'll come to 0. So I'm not thinking it or overthinking. In my head, it's automatically gone -1. Anyway.
Correct.
Yeah. So
correct.
It's another way to look at it.
Correct. But that's only a one shift, and we do have more than one shift.
More than one shift.
But yes, even if you're, like Nidhu said, right, even if that's your ruler, your left brain, you will still decrease 1 point. So go ahead.
So you'll say it 4 times or 7 times and you'll be at 0. Correct. And saying it 7 times is not even 30 seconds.
Correct.
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Still the fastest thing you can do to move and shake and shift.
Right.
And how are you doing?
Yeah. Nipa says abandoned. Nipa is abandoned -8 or abandoned 8. I'm not sure what the hyphen in between.
No, it must be 8. It must be 8. So Nidhu, let's do abandoned. Yeah, so let's do.
Elizabeth is 1. Is at 1 now.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Less than a minute. Now
it's 8. Nipa says 8.
It doesn't mean that we have 1 minute sessions, because you are going to take a little bit of time, right? You're going to think about this story going on today. Then you're going to think about the similarity with your childhood. And then you're going to come up with this description and a number. And now we're going to do it without the number, so that the left brain doesn't come in to say, oh, it'll -1. So we'll do it without the number. Let us do it for abandoned. For Nipa, abandoned.
I'm saying -1, right?
Yeah.
-1.
Have a sip of water.
Nitika has also written, I feel my numbness transform to awareness.
Nice. And anybody coming on, raise your hand.
Yes. Nipa had raised her hand, and people, as we normally do request on our live calls, we do want to have you on with your videos. So if you would do that, please, we'd greatly appreciate it. And
except that, and we have this, I think, deja vu conversation every time, but it's absolutely fine if you're not today. Yeah, totally get it.
Okay, so well, who's NP? Nipa, is that you? You see, NP, if you're going to raise your hand, I have no idea who you are. You have to tell me your name. Okay. I did see somebody else raise their hand here on video.
Yeah.
Okay, so this. Okay, there Namrata's raised her hand, and this is Neha here who has raised her hand. So we have this. There is an influx of N's on the call right now. There's you, and there's Namrata, and there's Neha. So pick who do you want? Who do you want to? It's all about the N's apparently.
Correct. Correct. So handing it back to this end.
Yes.
Whoever showed up first for you.
Okay, so well, Neha had put her hand up in the group first. So Neha, I'm unmuting you, and give it a moment. We'll just spotlight you with, and there we are.
Hi, Neha. We'll have to.
Yeah, now she's here.
Yeah. Hi, Nidhu. You're looking really very beautiful. I love your necklace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's one of the gifts from my mother. So very, very special to me. So thank you.
Okay. So here's the thing. I feel like, rejected. and like the rejected, unappreciated and taken for granted. And that kind of goes into when I have become more aware because, I'm doing that, I'm also part of Family Light Doctor. So
Oh, hi.
I am releasing so many stuff also on my own, but I see that, like, the pattern comes and go, and my awareness has increased, and
Exactly.
the anger within me has, when it comes, like, I feel that, okay, this is my anger, so what I need to do, so, and how I need to, like, s- speak. I
Right.
mean, it's not out of like compulsion that I have to be nice. No, because I'm aware that I have to be nice to me first. And if I become angry, what happened to my body? Because whenever, any anger goes in the body, the poison you feed to your body cells is enormous.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for that. But still, like, the feeling is there,
Correct. So now it's as simple as this. Everything you have just said to me, I am just going to say to you one word at a time, maybe a couple
Okay.
of words at a time. Maybe when I say taken for granted, it's 3 words, but minimalistic. I'm just going to say it back to you, and I'm going to start with anger. And every time I say it, you are going to say -1.
Okay.
Okay. Anger,
-1.
unappreciated,
-1.
rejected,
-1.
taken for granted.
-1.
Have some word. Take your time. Group, I'm going to say this, and you're going to say it in voice. You all are not unmuted, but you all are going to say -1. Deeply hurt, completely abandoned, treated so badly. Can't accept it. They didn't even realize I was there. They didn't even realize what I needed. I may as well have not been born. Why was I born to this family? Never appreciated. No matter what I do, never good enough. जितना करो कम है. I could die and they still wouldn't appreciate it. So hard to live like this. I'm trying so hard. I don't know what my future is like. Rage, extreme rage, animal rage, and have water. Take your time, Neha. Take your time. Everybody else, take a look at your numbers, if you have numbers, or take a look at what it was that you were going through, the word you've put down. First check, is it the same word? And then take a look at the story you've written, the story of today and the story of your root. Take a look. Is it still feeling so big? Is it still feeling like, wow, this is just going to go on and on and on? What's your sense of this story now?
We're going to give everybody a minute, right?
Yeah.
No rush.
No rush. And then whenever Neha's ready, I'm going to talk to her again.
Neha, you're right here. Whenever you're ready, just give me a thumbs up. We'll get you on.
And again, take your time. We're together for a while right now. Take your time.
Right. So
But yeah.
Elizabeth says, I feel expanded and tingly. And
Nice.
Elizabeth, of course, had gone from 7 to 4 to 1 with the overwhelm. And Naya says, seems insignificant now. And Dr. Radha says, I had overwhelmed before the call. Lots of bats suddenly around my flat. Now from 12, it's down to 1. Group healing rocks.
Group healing is big. Oh,
And
yeah.
TQ is thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Everything has these other versions of short forms now. I'm like, all right. So Vaishnavi Pratima has written dismissive 5 to 0.
Fantastic.
Feeling confident and having clarity and feeling forgiveness.
The force within. And of course, from dismissed to delicious, delightful.
Because we have to bring the food in, right?
Yeah. Always. But basically, from that to an awesomeness. Took a little bit longer than 2 minutes, but here you are, still very quickly, still very rapidly. Let me also do one for just abandonment issues. And this is like we did a setup on our call 1, and then we gave the decree, and I'm going to repeat. So I also want you to see how easy it is to adapt a decree, whatever the situation. The decree stays the same. The medicine is the same. Everybody is releasing their abandonment issues. Everybody is releasing their abandonment issues. Everybody is releasing their abandonment issues, and so am I. And have water. And just see the power of what takes place with the change of the placing of one word, releasing everybody's abandonment issues, releasing mine, releasing everybody's abandonment issues, releasing mine, releasing everybody's abandonment issues, releasing mine. And check where you're feeling that. And once you've done, and you're letting us know,
They have written
to give us some heads up on what's happening with your story. It's insignificant, it's okay. This changes now. This can end now. This can stop now. This can get over now. This can transform now. Get your sense of that. And once that is in place, your final bit is to please with both hands. You will do this around that page. You will have a sip of water. And then if you want, you can fold it and put it away as if you throw it. If you want to crumple it, you crumple it. If you want to tear it, you tear it. If you can burn it, and it is safe to do so, burn it.
Right. And
we'll check with Neha first. How are you doing?
so Neha has written, this can be over now with a red heart. So this can be over now. It is what I'm guessing she's written. She's just written, this can over now, red heart.
Yeah. So you're choosing that decree, right? This can be over now. This story can be over now. Fantastic. And after that, or wherever you've written everything, you will make with both hands. That's crucial. Because one is right brain and one is left brain. You need both. You make your sweetheart around it, and then you will let it go.
Okay.
By the way, mothers, do this over your child before they sleep tonight. And just see how they are. Do it every night, and only for 3 nights. And let us know how this child in 3 days is showing you a difference in how he or she is being. Where better becomes greater. Take a look. How are you doing, Neha? Tell us more. Would you like to come back on? Are you ready?
Yeah, so we'll just bring her on. And as we're bringing her on, Rani had written in, I didn't appreciate that I had buried everything. The story that Neha just narrated applies to me. I thought I had resolved everything. However, listening to you, Neha and Nidhu, tears started to flow again. I realized that I'm still putting on a brave face, and now she's feeling tired emotionally. And AR says, feel like I'm supported, fire like evaporation in the arms. And Namrata says, tingling on the soul.
Nice.
Though she has spelled it as SOUL. Either that's soul or that's
so cool.
And Nitika says, awareness comes in. It was how it was. It need not be now. And Dr. Radha's also said, thank you, Neha, for coming in and doing the work for us too. And for her, the sternum is throbbing. Neha, you're unmuted.
So thank you very much, Nidhu and everyone. I really appreciate it. I think, in matter of few minutes, my face is from crying tears. Now I'm smiling. I never imagined then that this is possible, and thank you so much. I feel very light.
Awesome.
And thank you so much, Nidhu. I mean, I don't have any words to express my gratitude, because, I found you in somebody else's, Instagram, and Vidya Balan was saying that Nidhu Kapoor. And then I found that who is this Nidhu Kapoor? And then I found you, and then from June, my journey started.
Nice.
Um,
Thank you.
I mean, I have, I'm in this spirituality, from many years. Sadhguru is my guru. I have removed so many, layers and layers. And I never knew that, this is possible, So thank you very much.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for sharing it so wonderfully. We can all see what a lovely soul you are, and what a kind heart you have. Thank you so much. I know you spoke from that heart right now. I felt it. Thank you, Neha. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nilu.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you, Neha.
Thank you.
So lovely. So lovely.
And in fact, in the group also, people have written in, Dr. Rath has written, beautiful, Neha, degrees rock, we rock. Nitika says, so happy to see you smiling, Neha. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And Priya had also written in earlier saying, there is light and love in the dark places where once there was resentment.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That is amazing.
Oh.
And yeah, please say.
And sorry, Vaishnavi Pratima says, tingling in the calf and expansion in the heart.
Wherever there is something that's unbearable, please make your sweetheart. And then just check whatever's showing up after that. Just say -1. So because from here, we are actually going in to our chakra work. And you're going to see how this is. For those of you all who already joined, you have the PDF with you. And like we did our setup and then the main decree, there is a setup for the chakra system as well. And the setup is for the entire system. So first, hydrate.
Nidhu, let me know when you want the...
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah. Very quick reminder again that it is called a chakra because the energy movement is like a wheel. And because a wheel can be clockwise or anti-clockwise, our chakras have both abilities. A chakra throws out in clockwise and pulls in anti-clockwise. And chakras also have layers. You know, it's like if you saw a fan with multi-level blades. So some are clockwise, some are anti-clockwise. And that's how the chakra system works. And the layers in a chakra system are the petals. And in every chakra, there are a certain number of layers. And each of these layers are doing various things. Either they're throwing off the gunk and the gook and the rubbish, or they're pulling in divine energy, or they're pulling in the energy from the environment. They're always, always working. And therefore, the setup has a set of words that are more than one. It has actually 5 words. And I'm going to do that. But before we do that, remember from call 1, and we understood, right, that what abandonment does is give rise to a deep fear where the child or the baby or the young adult believes, and for a child and baby, this would be true, they're not going to make it. Where we understand that abandonment gives rise to anxiety, which is the fear of death, which is the fear of having to manage alone, which is the fear of responsibilities we are not equipped to handle, including emotional responsibility. And therefore, this acute fear, when it comes, right, when we say dar gaye, what is it? Right? We tighten, we tense, we are gripped.
Contract.
We are gripped. We are gripped. And therefore, one of the things that we are going to do is this is very, very simple, and I'm going to hold it because that's how you're going to be doing the hold as well. It's as simple as you're going to say it and you're going to do it. But first, I just want you to do it, and then I just want you to say it, and I want you to see, because both will work. When you do it as well, it will work. When you say it as well, it will work. What's the simplest thing for me to do here?
Start doing left, right, left in school.
Correct. Right? And on sports day primarily, right? Because then they're holding the house flag and the school flag. Okay. What is the simplest thing for me to do is, it's the simplest thing for me to do, because even though, I'm so sorry, our tree of life kind of fell down, it's not the tree of life that is going to fall, right? It is what was holding there. Hold and release. So everybody, please, together, please bring it as low down in the front of your body as possible. And this is a movement. So as you're doing it, you're coming up. You're going to go above your head. Change the order of your hands. Yeah. and come back down. And go as low as possible. Open your knees, go between your legs. And have a sip of water. Allow your system to open. Wherever you have a blockage, first of all, it's going to try to leave, and you're going to sense it leaving. There will be a body part that will have a reaction. And just give it another second before you say, hold and release. And you're just going to say it. You're not doing it. Hold and release. 3 times, please. So 2 more times with me. Hold and release. Hold and release. And now see how your back or front or mid or legs or knees or shoulders or arms are going to be trying to adjust themselves.
Yawn.
Fantastic. Yawning is lovely. Yawning is the release of stagnant energy. And stagnant energy is how we get stuck, because we don't immediately get stuck, right? We slow down, we slow down, we slow down, we slow down. Then we're in one place. Then we're stagnating in one. Then we get stuck. Nobody gets stuck overnight. Nothing actually happens overnight. The body is too magical and divine to let anything like that show up. So if things are showing up in the body, they are showing up over years. How are we doing? How is the hold and release?
And while we wait for people to put that in, earlier when you had said, with the body part, do the sweetheart with both hands. So Dr. Radha had asked, if we have, say, a pelvic pain, do we do big heart for the body thrice, then pelvis thrice, then check and do -1?
No, no. Go straight for your pelvis, because it is asking for your attention. So we are not going to ever delay that. First for your pelvis, and then just do it for the whole thing. Because actually, what did you just do? You gave love to your entire chakra system. Gave it to you also, but you gave it to your entire system. Everything going on in the body is governed by the chakras. And because the root cause of anxiety is in the root, because here's the other thing, right? Our abandonment always has to do with a family member. Who abandoned? Mother abandoned you, she had to go to work. Father abandoned you, he couldn't be around. Both parents abandoned you, you were too much. You had feelings, they had no idea what to do. They sent you off to boarding school. Or God forbid, one parent had to go on to other adventures.
So people have written
You had too many siblings, therefore you had to be ignored and overlooked. In whatever way your abandonment is, from either the mother and her lineage or the father and his lineage. Our mothers do what they have done if they were abandoned. Child, let's abandon. If the father was abandoned, child, let's abandon. Because we learn how to use things, right? If in your family while growing up you saw that every time something happened to the TV and somebody had to just thwack it, whatever TV you have, your first instinct is going to be thwack it. Because we learn everything. And today, unlearn a bit of it.
Unlearn to learn.
Unlearn to learn.
Said
Yoga.
Luke. Nitika says, all bones readjusted, even breathing feels refreshing. Vinita says, amazing. Elizabeth says, body shivered twice. Namrata says, amazing. Here is feeling heaviness in the chest. Immediately draw heart. Angelina says, felt so light and body movement are more flexible. I could feel the energies move on the back and in my feet. And Vaishnavi Pratima says, feeling aware of every body part.
Fantastic. Remember, my lovelies, we're still in setup. You're setting up.
Priya says she shivered and now she's swaying.
Got it.
And
Lovely. Please do.
Yeah.
Oh, swaying, rocking. Fantastic. Kundalini is trying to rise. Little child energy inside you is trying to be reassured and comforted. Go with your body. There is some.
song Sway with me in the background also.
Oh, is Julie?
There's a song that it's a beautiful song.
Yeah, yeah.
Sway. Yeah, it's
This is,
beautiful.
Dean
I think Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin.
Yes, either Frank or
One of them. Yeah. Play it in the background. My God, you will sway at different levels.
Absolutely, that's true. Sway with me.
Yeah. If I just run the shower and stand a little closer to it and sing it, I will sound better. So I'm not going to sing it right now. Dr. Radha says H&R is a really cool exercise. Again, do we start it from the heart level, go up and then below?
From between your thighs.
From the root.
Yes, from the root to above your head. Go up as high as you can. And then from there, you will change the order of the palms and come back down. And you will end again between your thighs or in front of your knees. If you're comfortable to keep coming down and falling forward, keeping good posture at the end of your feet. But it is an up and down, and we begin from the root always.
So down to up and back down.
And back down, yeah. And back down, both, right? This is part of your setup because we're already given ourselves love. But love is also an amazing thing to just do. Hold and release. Now, like somebody mentioned, something was happening in the chest. And because we know the sweetheart, we have done the sweetheart. But what we would do, hold and release, give it a couple of seconds, hydrate. Whatever is being thrown out, right? Because now it's opened. What will it do? All the chakras are going to start going clockwise. Throwing it out. By the way, this is another decree movement from another call, but it is fantastic. However, for the chakra setup, what we want is the clapping. So again, from between your thighs, you are going to bring up the clapping. And why am I clapping? Because in my clockwise motion of the chakras and things coming out, this energy is now right here, right? It's here. It's right here. I'm dispersing it. Do you know we clap when somebody gets an award or we're supposed to be happy for them because the first thing that shows up for all of us is jealousy?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I thought it was
child.
It's in celebration. Like
no, we are dispersing the negativity, jealousy, and the Schadenfreude. Uski sari, meri sari se safed. Kaise?
I blame Nirma for that. No,
I'm not sir.
Sorry,
sir.
I'm saying blame Nirma for that.
That's fair. And we get this right. How many of us have smiled genuinely? Of course, if it is our own child, we will. But how many of us have smiled seeing somebody else's child get that prize? We have told ourselves, we've told our children, we've spoken to them about sportsman spirit. You know, sometimes we are ahead, sometimes we are not ahead, sometimes somebody else is ahead, then we're ahead again. But this is such an amazing disperser. It's also a pain reliever, by the way. If you have pain and you will just keep clapping over it, your pain will go because it's dispersing the energy, right? And because I opened up everything, right? I've now dispersed whatever energy might be sitting here before I give the invocation for the deity. Every chakra has a deity. Every chakra is governed by a divine system, ruled by a divine being. Now, for the chakra system, I have chosen Durga Ma. You can choose Lord Shivji. You can choose Nataraja. You can choose Allah. You can choose whoever your God is. Because it's as simple as the invocation is Durga Ma.
Nidhu, just repeat that again, sorry. Can you just repeat that again? The
The
invocation.
invocation. The
Yes.
invocation is name, divine, light. For the chakra system, we're going to say it just one time. For every other chakra, we will say it the number of layers, which is the number of petals. And when you see what we have done, not yet, I'll just tell you when you see how we have sent the PDF, you will see that all these details are clearly there. And you're going to see it on our slide as well. But first, for the chakra system, the setup is for the system. From the system, we will go to each individual chakra. And we've done one lovely thing as well as part of our setup. But first, Durga Ma, divine light. Please finish your invocation.
Durga Ma, divine light. 3 times? 1 time.
For the chakra system, 1 time. For every other chakra, the number of times it is with its deity. This is for our system. So somewhere up here. Okay. My chakra system. 5 decree words. Opened, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized, balanced. Only 1 time. Please go for it. My chakra system.
My chakra system,
Opened,
opened, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized, balanced.
have water. And this is the other thing we've now added in. And that's the power again. It's not a word, it's a number. But this is the power of saying it as part of the decree. And the chakra system, frequency, and you can choose 777, 1111. You can choose one that you're drawn to. But in the frequencies, you have, how many frequencies do you have? You have solfeggio frequencies, you have Gigi numbers, you have Sister Angela numbers, you have sets of numbers given for certain frequencies. And the one that I adore for the chakra system is 1024. It's 1024 HZ. I just want you all to say 1024 HZ or 1024 HZ. Just try it and tell me what happens in a second.
1024 HZ.
HZ. Say, you were going to say something, Nidhu?
AR is yawning. I can see people are typing. Also, everyone's, I think,
Yeah,
following the
absolutely.
instructions.
It's a lot going on, right? And depending on how much you're throwing out, you will either want to take a break, you'll want to go to sleep, you'll want to go to the washroom. So I'm just going to do this setup for the chakra system before we do the one for the root chakra. We'll take a break because it's good to stand. It's good to walk a bit. It activates and opens the root. And then we'll come back and quickly run through the root chakra work.
Right. And so, Nidhu, just a quick thing. The invocation is before my chakra system, right? So, Durga.
Yeah.
So here we've used Durga Ma, divine light. Shilpa, can you just add that above my chakra system? Okay. Thank you.
How are we doing?
Yes. So
Who's
there's
exhausted?
pain in the back of the neck for Dipali. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Rhonda's asked, is it HZ? Yes, Z, as in the
H,
alphabet Z.
Z. Yeah.
The
It's
way
called
we-
hertz, but
Hertz.
hertz becomes very literal for us as hertz. So we don't say hertz. But if you're comfortable with saying hertz and it does not interfere with your left brain, or your left brain doesn't interfere with it, go and
Oh,
see
yeah.
hurts. But otherwise, we end up saying age said.
It's a, right. And the left brain will only interfere with it if you're thinking about hiring the car. So
About what?
hiring the car hurts. It's a car rental.
Oh my God. Correct. Correct.
Especially overseas. I don't think you're in India.
Correct.
Yeah. Can you type it? Yes, it's there on the group. Vaishnavi Pratima, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it your way, says Rhonda. And did I mention Dipali said pain in the back of the neck?
Yeah.
And
So first,
yes.
yeah, pain means there's less water.
That. And when you in a situation like this, with the pain in the back, so how do you draw the heart, Nidhu? In the front?
In front.
In that like the corresponding area.
In front. No
Right.
problem. And if it's just simpler, please. And hold and release. It'll work for pain. It'll work for stuckness. It'll work for blockages. Because now it'll start moving clockwise. It's going to start throwing it out. Go ahead. Try, hold and release. And see how your pain.
Yes.
Yeah, see how it feels.
And Nitika has written, feel super divine invocation. Dr. Radha says, my laptop is buzzing and cannot place my fingers on it. So much energy. And Vinita says, awesome vibrations.
Fantastic. That's your setup. Now, your setup is also a decree. So your setup's also going to work. And we're going to come back, and as a group together, we're going to practice it with our root chakra. And then you're going to get the various options of how you're going to continue this beyond Saturday. Take a 2-minute, max 3-minute break,
Right.
and come back. Definitely stretch your legs, please. Stand, walk, but definitely open up and come back, and we'll do the root chakra. Yeah.
Before we take a break, very quickly, Vaishnavi Pratima says, feeling happy immediately after saying 1024 hertz. Rani says, waves of lightheadedness, like I'm drunk, such high frequency.
So
And Neha says, feeling very good. And there's like, okay, you know what, people, there are a couple of you who put in some really cute emojis. Why have you deleted it? Put it back. Like there's one of a
Yes,
dancing
please.
cat. It's in the group.
Please put.
Catch it later. There's this is too much. Vinita, who is this? Yeah, Dr. Radha has put, it's, you should just screen share and have everybody do this dance right now. It's that cute. I wish I could just show it to you.
Is it the baby waddle?
No, it's a cat. It's a cat. It's
cat.
obviously AI, whatever, but
It's a cat.
it's like a tiny cat.
Is it that rolling cat?
No, it's this cat just like sitting and like dancing and like.
Oh, so cute.
Here it is there. Thanks, Shilpa. Look at that.
So cute.
Thanks,
So
Shilpa.
cute. Thank you. Brought magic in.
Yes.
Okay, people, 3 minutes and
3
we're back.
minutes. So it's 8:03.
Correct.
All right. Hey everyone, welcome back. We're just going to wait for Nidhu to come on, and just in case somebody's just joined the call, whatever you've missed, don't worry about it. Catch it on the replay. Just go with whatever's going to be happening right now. And the last post on the group is still the dancing cat. In fact, they're two slightly different ones, and yeah, my eyes are still down there only, looking at both of them continuously.
Thank you, Nilu. And yes, back. Let's immediately move on to our root chakra so that we do it.
Yes,
in
the video, Nidhu.
Yeah, but I want the root chakra slide here.
You put your video on, I'll get the slide.
I'll put it on.
Okay. One second. Here we go.
Awesome. 30 seconds. Just take a look at it. The amount of information available for each chakra, like at a glance. And this is your setup. But the setup decrees are happening after hold and release, clapping, and invocation. And the deity for the root chakra is Lord Ganpati. So very quickly, in fact, is this. Every time you come back, you'll have to like adjust it. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yes. So I know you'll take us through this, and apologies for jumping the gun. So here it'll be Lord Ganesha, Divine Light. 4 times because the petals are 4. And you're on mute, Nidhu.
Got it? You got it.
Awesome.
You got it. It's as simple as that, right? So what would we do? 4 times.
The hold and release. So the hold and release and the invocation is always with the petals?
No, because we have like 12 and 16 petals.
Right.
Only for the root chakra.
Okay.
Because all of us, there's something or the other definitely happening in our root chakra. It is either too tiny, or it is too weak, or it is not circulating properly, or it is damaged. In one particular case, it was almost broken. Like you get a sense of, and when you have a broken root chakra, there's something in you that starts telling you, I feel broken. Like something is broken in me. And of course, heart chakras can also break. And which is why the phrase, right? Broke my heart. It didn't break your heart, but broke your heart chakra. And like that, the root chakra can also break. I don't get a sense of anybody here in that state. So God is great and we are very blessed. We will do just 4 times. Clap a few times. And by all means, feel free to do it up and down again. And Lord Ganpati, Divine Light. Lord Ganpati, Divine Light. Lord Ganpati, Divine Light. Lord Ganpati, Divine Light. And even with just that, see where you're sensing it. Chances are you're going to be sensing it in the exact area.
So Nidhu, just for clarity, we're doing the root chakra. So the hold and release is at the root chakra only. We're not doing the down to up and back down.
Up and down has happened with the chakra system, but
with the system, right?
But feel free to do it. There's very little that's fixed and rigid in decree work.
Right.
Feel free to do it up and down. Why not?
Right.
Every hour, please do it up and down. I mean, just give yourself that chakra breather.
But just for clarity of the order, first is the chakra system setup, wherein it's happening from the root to above the head and back down. If you can collapse peacefully till your feet, do that as well. With the and then the clapping and the invocation, which is Durgama divine light, and my chakra system open, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized, balanced, 1024 hertz, and then again four times at the root and continuing. That's the process. Have I understood correctly?
Yeah, you have. And again, right, to begin with, we follow a system.
Right.
As you get more and more attuned to it, you will find your own way to do it. But keep in mind the importance of the petals. So now, please, everybody, with me. And by the way, is everybody feeling it there? In case you're not feeling it there, you can check if you have numbness. How do you know if you have numbness? Try the Kegel. Is the Kegel, or try 10 Kegels. Not one you may be able to do, but if you do 10, are you able to do 10? Everybody knows Kegels, right? Am I seeing somebody shake their head?
No, I was nodding. Yes.
Okay, somebody's just, I just saw somebody shaking their head. So Kegel is this internal pelvic exercise where you squeeze in your muscles like you're stopping yourself from going to the loo. You know how sometimes we just hold back. So you just do that and you squeeze. It's actually also a hold and release, by the way. So you hold, you tighten it like you're stopping yourself from going to the loo, you relax it. If you can do about 10, there is no numbness. If you are doing it, but you're sensing that only this part is happening, that part is not happening, you will sense your numbness. You will sense the weight of the numbness as well. So, because even with just this much, you would have felt it around your root chakra. Something buzzing, something tingling, something opening, something feeling a little more freer, lighter for sure. Okay. All right. All of us together. Root chakra, opened, balanced, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized, 396 8Z, 8888Z, 396 8Z, 8888Z, 396 8Z, 8888Z, 396 8Z, 8888Z. Root chakra, opened, balanced, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized. Root chakra, opened, balanced, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized. Root chakra, opened, balanced, tuned, rhythmized, harmonized. Water, please.
Elizabeth says, really helping. Active left leg pulsating besides root chakra. This is when you said do the Kegel and find out.
Nice.
Yeah. Right. And there were quite a few questions. Up, down, one count. Are we doing it 4 times? What about the petals? Quite a few questions. And I was asking, and I realized that quite a few have written it also. And I guess this is where and I'm also just bringing this up while people might be responding to this. As you said, there's a system to be followed, and you'll eventually reach a point where you can do this for your own thing. And that's where the training comes in. And that's why that is important. It's a beautiful poster, but what are you going to do with it if you've not understood the foundation of the steps to be followed? Right. Okay. Yogita says, felt like pulling from down to up after saying it.
Nice.
Pravina says, I had to rush to the loo to pee. Vaishnavi Pratima says, feeling energy near the root chakra. And there's another very funny emoji, and you'll catch it on the group later. Rani says, feel grounded.
Good.
And vibration from the feet, says Poonam. Ritika says, feeling safe, secure, and stronger. Dr. Radha says, right side is strengthened more than left side.
Interesting.
And
You've made note of it. And like this, we would do it for all the chakras. Once the setup is done, we move on to the other choices we have. We have 9 other choices. Now, what do I mean by choices? What that means is once this is done, that you've set it up, now your chakra system is active right now. It is aware right now. It is waiting for the next set of instructions right now. We have 6 options with the decrees. I'm so sorry. 9 options with the decrees that can be used, and each of the decrees is the same for each. What is being done for the chakra system is just being done individually. And again, right? As you practice, you're going to be able to start doing this entire list in less than 10 minutes. When you're working on someone else, also, you will take less than 10 minutes. However, as you start working on yourself, you will recognize that in some places when you're working on someone else, that it feels like I should wait at the belly button before I give the solar plexus decree. So your sense will tell you to wait. So sometimes that can take about 10, 15 minutes, but even then, it is one of the fastest, quickest, simplest, easiest chakra work in the world. And 1,000 brownie points to the one who can tell me why we require chakra work when we are doing anxiety freedom and awakening the force within. 1,000 brownie points.
I'm going to wait for people to respond, because actually there have been reminders of it when we've been in silence. Okay, so Nitika is saying for Kundalini rising. That's the only answer that's come in. Momita said, hi Nidhu, please. Okay. Laurie says, clears and opens them, protection too. The answer is actually from call 1, Nidhu.
Also today, because you see, the root cause is in the root. It is in the family.
Right.
If your root's not okay, how will the rest of you be okay? Right. So you have to work through the chakra system for your complete sense of freedom. And not to mention, in awakening the force within, not only do I need that anchoring into Mother Earth and that opening at the heart chakra, but I also need this open to the sky. So in any case, we're going from root to the top. It is the entire chakra system.
And while you were talking, Vinita had written for wounds to heal. And Dr. Radha had written, anxiety comes from loss of security, so the root chakra is secure.
Yeah.
And Lucille says, up and down. Chakras govern everything, says Elizabeth. Neha says, root is the main chakra which feeds the rest of our chakras.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So what I was referring to from the first call was, the tree of life and the family, the divine, the nourishment. So all of it, the abandonment, fear, aloneness, that constriction.
Yeah.
What is doing all this? Yeah. So therefore the chakra system.
Correct.
For all this.
Yeah. In this slide, if you take a look at malfunction, all of these are coming from abandonment. And if my foundation's not okay, how's the rest of the building going to be? So we have to do work on the chakra system, which is why when you start training for this kind of anxiety freedom work, using the fastest, quickest transformative language in the world, the first thing we're going to do is spend about 9 days together, where the first day we're going to have a call in less than a week now. The call is next week, where we will do a chakra training call. Then we will do our chakra practice, because you can see how simple it is, right? On the training call, we will go through all 10 together. It is on instant tele seminar, because you have your PDF with you. You're just going to keep your printout ready, and you're just going to make your own notes if required. But it's as simple as this, including how we're going to be adapting it for a certain characteristic mentioned in the columns. So we're going to do a slightly deeper work, of course, not to mention a little longer practice as well. This was just such a short time, but everybody's felt something or the other, right? Your root chakra is feeling stronger, your chakra system's feeling a little more open. And yes, you could have exhaustion if you've been pushing yourself a lot. So please do close your eyes and rest. But please let me tell you that our program begins with our chakra training call next week. And the chakra training call leads to the chakra practice, which you and I will do together on the Telegram group. And from there, we will have another practice call where we will do group work, one-on-ones. You all can buddy up live on the call. Let the force be with you. And from chakra work is where we go on to everything. Like the root chakra is the foundation of the chakra system, our chakra work is the foundation for the next round of work. So let's take a look at how you can be part of it. And package A1, that's the chakra work we're going to be doing. And package A2 is where you and I can spend about 30 minutes together on a one-on-one, take a look at what's happening and decide our next steps together. And in package, sorry. And after that, after finishing the chakra work, we will do the anxiety freedom work. Now, anxiety freedom work has to do with just level 1. Anxiety, as you can see in the 76 symptoms, it is a complex system of multiple fears. So it is level 1, which is why you're not going to become an expert, but you are going to become a specialist, and you can use it for your own practitioners and family. And now you have to give me 1 second because there is a knock on my door. I'll be right back.
Just hang in there, people. You're going to get to know your very special offers with all of this as well. I did see some questions on the group as to where's the PDF. The PDF is yours as soon as you purchase the package. You will have it with you, and you can have it ready, printed, however you'd like it before the call begins. Yes, Nidhu.
Correct. What was I saying? Yes. I wanted to explain this about specialists, right? To become an anxiety freedom expert will take almost a year, from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, maybe even a level 4. It takes time to, first of all, understand the wound of abandonment. Then it takes time to understand how anxiety works and what to do about it. This I was going to say, this will give you a good idea about what a complete program on becoming an anxiety relief expert will be. And that program would be at least 4 times what this program is right now. So if you have anxiety, or you recognize how there is nobody in the world who does not have anxiety, or if you're a practitioner, because I guarantee then you are seeing anxiety symptoms all the time, take this one, make it part of your program, make it part of your daily practice. This isn't just for you to work with other people, because each call, each training in this program is supported by the cone of silence and stillness under the tree of life. Meaning, we will do the training call, and that very week, whatever we've understood in the call, you will get as a silent healing in the cone of silence and stillness under the tree of life. So not only are you learning, and whatever you're doing for yourself, you will be doing, but you will also receive a 30-minute that very week with everything that we've done so far. For those of you all who came for call 1 and who came for the cone of silence and stillness yesterday, you all have got a sense of this. We worked and trained and understood and unlearned something on call 1. And what that was, the energy of that was brought into the cone as well for further assimilation and integration. So there are 2 parts to package B1. One is the training part, and that is why it says on top, healing plus practitioner package, because your healing is the cone of silence and stillness, where nothing is required of you except to come and receive. If you choose to add the option of a 1-hour session, then that's package B2. Each of these calls in B1, and there are 6 calls in B1, and remember in A1, there are 2 calls, which means that in B1, you have a total of 8 calls, because B1 includes A1. And in fact, the personal session as well in B2 is almost like 2 30-minuters, which is why it's 1 hour. So 8 calls, and each of these 8 calls has a topic. Each of these 8 calls has a list and set of symptoms from the 76 list. And as new symptoms show up, we will add them on. And like today, when I asked you to do your story or take a look at your top 3 symptoms, or I asked for it on call 1, you will also keep carrying your individual set that you want to work on to the calls. So we're going to work on your set. We're going to work on the training with a set from the 76 symptoms. And we are just going to feel lighter and brighter and lighter and brighter and more lighter and more brighter, and definitely more free. So package B1, including the 6 calls of the cone, including the 8 training calls, is actually a 14-call package. And this 14-call package is going to play out till November. We're now together only because we have our next call coming up on Saturday. Everybody's invited. Call your friends, call your family, get the world with you. From next week, we are together till, thank you. We are together till mid-November. Yeah, because every week we have the call and the cone, but for the Indian festivals of Navratri and Diwali, we will be taking a little bit of time off. So till mid-November, we will finish our 14 set. And my God, so exciting. How would you be this weekend, and how will you be by November 15th? Can't wait to find out. Let me take you to package B1's calls. Actually, wait. Because I mentioned that there are quite a few things going on in every call, we actually laid it out for you. Clearly, you don't want to be seeing it on a screen, so I'm going to send you to that page. But first, now let me tell you how much and how easy it's going to be to pick up either A1 or B1. So package A1. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here's your certificate of completion with package A1, also something that you can use with those that you work with. But even if you don't, come for yourself. And given everything that's happening, it's 327 and 24,001 rupees. However, you're going to get it at the 90% savings of 2,401 rupees and US 33. As in USD 33. US 33. In some other alternate universe, like where we have like infinite USs. This and everything included in this is also included in B1. So this goes straight to B1, remember that. But if you add a 30-minute session into A2, then instead of paying 33,001 rupees and USD 450, you will be paying only 6,001 rupees and USD 82. So
And
cool,
of course,
right?
all
So,
packages have the 10% savings for VIP members.
oh yes, yes. Package B1, which has all of package A1, is, yeah, oh my God, we've got quite a bit going on. We've got quite a bit going, yeah.
Do you want me to take it back to the first call?
No, I need you to take me to
The price.
the price. Yes.
First, the certificate.
Oh, first the certificate, yes. Oh, say nice things, people. Say nice things.
And for anybody who missed call 1, it's, as you mentioned, Nidhu, it's the color closest that you found for the color for the belly button.
For the belly button.
It's the calming, soothing color.
Nourishing, nurturing. Yeah. And this is for only 99,001 rupees, only USD 1348, but yours for just 15,001 and USD rupees, sorry, and USD 205. However, if you include the 1 hour one-on-one session, then that will make it rupees 24,001, which is yet to show here, and USD 327. Who's saying yes? Who's coming on board?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you,
yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now,
step 1 and 2 is done. We're heading towards 3.
Yeah, we're heading towards step 3. And step 3 is God, karma, and anxiety. A next level understanding of abandonment. Like, what was God thinking? What was God doing? Where was God? Was there God? Is there a God? What is going on with my life? And that's going to take place with Saturn's decrees. Now, Saturn's decrees were one of the earliest decrees that were given for karma clearing and karma completions. You're going to experience quite a few of them. And in fact, you did today as well when I gave you the options of you can end now, this, you can change now, you can transform now. And that's coming from a Saturn's decrees set. More on this, as well as another 2-word interaction, like we did with -1 today, that will take place on Saturday. However, it is not a Zoom call. It is a instant teleseminar, audio only call, so that those of you all who have never used that platform can see if you're comfortable with it, because all our calls take place on audio only instant teleseminar. So come for it, experience it for yourself, and of course, leave knowing some of Saturn's decrees. Quick, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let the force be within you. Put on the light and switch on the force. Put on the light and switch on the force. All questions, any questions that you would like to ask, please go ahead.
And Nidhu, just a very quick mention with B2, with package B2, which is including B1, which includes A1 as well, is there is an additional surprise for your package C people.
Oh yeah.
Family Life Doctor. They will be DM'd by the team, or they can DM the team. You are getting another special offer with that as well. Also, with B2, whoever purchases B2 takes on B2, gets direct access to your paid for special money call in October. It's a paid for call. B2 will get access to that.
Correct. Correct.
Right. And I'm just checking in to see if there are any queries. Elizabeth says already signed up. Dipali says, thank you, Neet. And Dr. Radha says, yes. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Elizabeth maybe signed up while the call was going on, because I saw the Elizabeth has joined the group popping up in the middle of me looking at the message.
Awesome. Elizabeth and I have a moon connection. So thank you for showing up, and thank you for being there, and awesome. This is just awesome. Thank you.
So she bought it yesterday, but Elizabeth, you joined the group today because that's what I saw happen. So yeah, no questions as such have come in. Namrata says she's joined as well.
Fantastic.
And Vaishnavi Pratima says we'll sign up soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
I'm really not seeing any questions come in as such. And I again just want to say, earlier I was like, do I do this once? Do I do this twice? Where is, how many times hold and release? How many times? Come for the training. Come for the training, come for the training, come for the training. That is where your understanding deepens. And with the practice is how you'll be able to do it like that only.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Nidhu, I know we're like past time, at time. There is one thing though. So unless and until we are taking this to Saturday, I did want to remind you, are we doing the personally charged water today?
I would have loved to, but you know what? We're going to take it to Saturday.
We're going to take it to Saturday. Perfect. So on Saturday, you're getting a sampler of a training call. We're going back to my favorite Saturn's decrees.
Saturn's decree, again, right? So many things, foundation and how we build on foundation. Saturn's decrees are the ones that started the ball rolling. And how.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And Durgama willing, God willing, there could be more on the call. Also, you never know. What if there is more?
There will be quite a few more, and every call has quite a few more. There will always be another one showing up. So there is more. There are more decrees to experience. There are more decrees to play with. There are more decrees to have fun with. There are more decrees to keep in your decree toolkit.
Right. Absolutely. So this is good. This is good to go. I'm just wondering about, okay, so do I bring a question up? There is no question in. People are just writing and saying so grateful. Rani says, love Saturn Jupiter decrees. I use them all the time. I still remember the Saturn decrees trainings and the Jupiter's decrees. Oh my God, the Jupiter's decrees training was like, oh my God, right?
Jupiter's decrees is a big program. It's a very big program. Yeah.
Right. And yes, and Dr. Radha also says Saturn's decrees are my favorite. I use it all the time. And this is it, basically. So
fantastic. I'm so glad. In India at least, we are on time to return to the family or to the meal. What if that is true for wherever you are in the world, that you're feeling better, and if you're not, that you do have some time to take it easy and rest. And I'm going to catch you on Saturday. Any questions, any queries, ask on the Telegram group and we will answer.
Absolutely. And catch, in fact, you know, because this is what Team Mystic Lotus does. We actually split the call up for you. So you can catch them all in bits as well. Right?
True.
So it's all there. It's all very easily available. Catch the replays, get your questions together and ask. And Nidhu, I know you're going to wind up, but this is the last week of the training summit. You know, we began with you. We're closing with you. I know there's another call on Saturday, but otherwise, officially, my bit is over. So I want to say thank you to you, Nidhu, and to all the speakers and each and every audience member today, every day, who's been here beginning till end, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, whatever the time frame. They've been there, they've asked questions, they've gotten involved, they've picked work up, they've tried to understand. The participation has been amazing, and it was such a great pleasure to see it all unfold. And my God, 14 weeks, it just went by in the blink of an eye. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Team Mystic Lotus. Thank you, Nidhu. And we never say goodbye. We will be returning very soon, and you will catch the information on the Telegram group. But till then, from me, good night and goodbye. And Nidhu, much love, and handing it over to you.
Thank you so much, Neelu. And thank you, everybody. Like Neelu said, it's absolutely incredible. You guys are awesome. Y'all our kind of audience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Thank you for taking us along with you on your journey. Truly, we're going to see you again soon. Not just this Saturday. What Neelu meant is we're back with our next summit, and our next summit is the Money Summit. It's the Navratri Durga Ma Devi Summit. So we're going to see you back then again. But only to say thank you to Neelu. People, please feel free to say see you soon to her and how wonderful she has been. Fantastic. You'll hear from her on Saturday, but you'll see her again when we are back with the Money Summit. Thank you, my lovelies. And I will see you on the group probably tonight itself, tomorrow, and then on Saturday. Always a joy and pleasure. Big love. Big hug. And namaste from India.